everybody is having a phenomenal Sunday. Guys, it's 8:06 p.m. So we're going to kick this off, but I'm going to really encourage every one of you. Awal, if you can make me the host so I can turn on my video. I'm going to really encourage every single one of you guys to get inside of your group chats. One of the things is that inside of this community, we have a lot of chats, a lot of, different telegrams and text message chats and WhatsApp groups, and send a reminder that this call is getting started. Because guys, I'm telling you, the amount of value and, just energy, excitement, vision, that we intend to put on the show for you guys here is immense. And, we're getting ready. There we go. I was trying to pull up my video. We're good. We are in the fourth quarter. Like, the fourth quarter is here. Thanksgiving here in the U.S. is this week, and Christmas is right around the corner. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all these big holidays around the world are here. And this is the time when the winners step up, right? The leaders step up, the people who are committed. This is the time when you make big decisions, because I've always believed that what you do today will reflect 90 days from now. I've always believed that, how you do anything is how you do everything. So even though it's the holidays, even though, it's winter season in some places and you want to kind of slow down and enjoy, family time, that's important. But do not take your foot off the pedal. And that's really what this call is about. So guys, I'm excited to have you here. My name is Jason Brown, as you probably know, Chairman 750 here within I Am Mastery Academy. And something really amazing happened just a few days ago with my business partner, Matt Rosa. We reached our 6-year anniversary inside of the business. And that's crazy, guys, because I remember getting started like it was literally yesterday. Seriously, like November 19th, 2015, we made a decision to do this business, to get started in IM. And all I ever wanted, truthfully, all I wanted was a company that was going to be here to last, a platform that was going to be here to last, right? A mentor that was going to look out for us and really protect us and give us something worth talking about. I started in the industry of direct sales, leadership, network marketing in 2013. And some of you guys might know the story, but the truth is that I was 2 years into my entrepreneur journey, 70 grand in debt, no vehicle, no mentor. And all I really had was my personal growth, personal development, right? And I didn't quit. And I always tell people this part of the story, because I believe that if you stay in the game long enough to win, you will. I believe that consistency is the key to actually creating success. And it's crazy because it seems so simple, right? And I had somebody tell me, well, Jay, why do you always just talk about consistency? And I said, the reason why I always talk about consistency is because I'm being consistent with consistency, right? You don't need to be the most talented person to win in this business. You need to be real. Number one, that's very important. You need to be authentic, and you always need to show up. Guys, there are chairmen who are on this call to learn, and there are chairmen who are not on this call, and that's okay. But understand that if you ever get comfortable, right, with where you are, I don't think you will be there for that long. And there's been periods and seasons and, times in this journey that I have gotten comfortable. And when I've gotten comfortable, I also got upset, 20, 30, 40, 50 days down the line, 90 days down the line, when the volume also got comfortable. You can't get upset if your results start to slip, if your actions slipped first, right? You have to look at your actions as a seed. Okay, what we're really doing is just planting seeds. Seeds from our actions are seeds, and hopefully it's in good soil. Now that good soil is your environment, right? Your mindset, your energy, your spirit, right? So first you have to work on those things. You have to work on your mindset. You have to work on your emotional intelligence. You have to work on your spiritual intelligence to create a good enough soil. You can plant a good seed in bad soil, and that crop will not be a quality crop. That result will not be a quality result. So before we even get into the seeds that you're planting, we need to understand that our soil is a number of things, but it's the people we spend the most time around. B, what are you feeding yourself? C, what did you do today to feed your spirit, right? Your mindset. Did you get on any go lives? Because that to me is the soil. Your actions are then the seeds that go into that soil, right? Because, and I'll give you the example. When I started direct sales in 2013, my soil was a disaster. Now, I didn't know that then, but I knew it looking back even 2, 3, 4 years later, right? I reacted to things. I wasn't proactive. I was reactive. I wasn't composed. I was emotional, right? I was quick to snap. I was quick to react. I was quick to blame everybody else, right? And at the end of the day, I would be on a call like this playing video games and then blaming everybody but myself for the lack of result, right? My soil was not good. I thought it was good, but it wasn't good. So as I was planting seeds, showing up to events, showing up to calls, I was planting the seed in bad soil. So barely anything grew. But as I sought personal development, leadership development, right? As I read certain books like Emotional Intelligence 2.0 and How to Win Friends and Influence People, and pretty much any book by John C. Maxwell, right? As I started to read the Bible and get around a church environment, right? I don't know what you guys believe in, and I'm never going to impose a belief on you, but I'm just giving you my personal testimony, right? As I got in the gym, as I ate better, I understood that my soil was becoming more enriched, right? My soil was becoming richer. So then the same, check this out, listen to this carefully. The same actions that I did in bad soil were the same actions I was doing when I had better soil. The outcome was better. Now, what do you mean by that, Jay? Here's what I mean by that. See, I would do a 3-way call when my soil wasn't good, and that person would tell me no. But I did the same 3-way call, the same presentation in better soil, and that no was a yes. Same action, right? I would sit down in a one-on-one meeting at Starbucks when my soil was not rich, and that person wouldn't sign up. But now that I have rich soil, I'm like walking into a one-on-one knowing that that person is going to want to be a part of this organization, knowing that that person is going to want to work with me, knowing it because I know the quality of my soil. Do you guys know the quality of the soil? See, because I understand that a lot of people want to bear crops. We see people like a Bryce Thompson create a ridiculous result with the same comp plan. And you can't even figure out how to go chairman 10, but you watch Bryce go chairman 750, and you're thinking, he must have got a special deal. David must have helped him out. It's got to be David. You know, oh, man, right time. Oh, he knew a lot of his fraternity brothers. Man, I should have been in a fraternity. I could have killed this. See, you're thinking about what were the factors for him instead of thinking about what soil you're trying to do. Because I'll tell you what, the actions that got Awal, who's going to speak right after this, the actions that got Awal to chairman 10 were probably the same actions that got me to chairman 10. I mean, this is not rocket science. the work, right? There's a few books that show you the work. One of them is Building an Empire. One of them is How to Win Friends and Influence People. One of them is GoPro by Eric Worre. There's only a few resources that you need to know the fundamental skills, the fundamental actions that it takes to build an organization in network marketing. You're building a network of people. That's exactly what you're doing. And there's really only a few things that you can do to do that. So here's the X factor. It's not where you live. It's not where you're from. It's not the amount of money you had. Because when I started, I was 70 grand in debt. I guarantee you, I started with less money, less resource than 95% of people. And some people will tell me, well, Jay, I was born in the hood. Jay, I was born in food stamps. Jay, I lived in a trailer. Jay, I was, my mom was a single mom and we didn't have much. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it. But if you think you're the only person that came from adversity and you're using that to hold yourself back, you don't get it. Because I see more and more today, especially successful musicians that came from adversity, successful athletes that came from adversity, right? Successful chairmen that came from adversity, successful educators and traders that came from adversity. So it's not your situation. It's not your environment. It's the soil that you have. And the craziest part is there are certain parts of the world where there is better soil, right? Like you're going to have better soil for certain things in New Jersey and better soil for certain things in Idaho, right? We're not really growing potatoes in Idaho, but they're not also in New Jersey, but they're really not growing tomatoes in Idaho, right? There's better soil for better things in life. But guess what? In business and in success, your soil is pretty much a direct correlation with your preparation. The quality of your soil is in direct correlation with your preparation, right? This is the stuff that nobody sees. This is the stuff that doesn't get recognized. This is the stuff that nobody is going to clap for, right? When you cross that stage as a chairman 10, chairman 25, chairman 50, people will clap for the rank. But they're not clapping for the long nights, the 5-hour drive to a meeting, the whole team that quit your business and you had to start that leg again, the 8 months of struggle. They're not clapping for that. But those are the things that condition your soil for quality. Man, there's people on this call that I've worked with that are my friends. I know they consider me a mentor. I consider them brothers and sisters. There's people on this call that I've worked with for years that have gone through adversity, that have watched me specifically go from chairman 10 to chairman 750. And maybe they're at chairman 10, chairman 25 right now. But I'm so impressed by their consistency because when they cross that stage, it'll be so worth it, right? All those long nights, all those early mornings, all those sacrifices, right? All those 5-hour drives, all those lost trades and blown accounts, all those apocalyptic destructions inside of your business, right? All those days where you didn't even want to open the back office because you knew the volume was down. You didn't even guess, you knew. All of that is conditioning your soil for sustainability. See, I also know this. Sometimes people get into network marketing and they were successful somewhere else. Listen to me carefully. They get into network marketing and they were successful somewhere else. Well, maybe Kevin Durant, Michael Jordan, Drake could get into IM Academy and they have good soil, right? We could all agree that I think they would have good soil for the sake of this conversation. But is that good soil going to transition into sustainable soil in this business? No. You know how many people came in and said, well, dude, I was a personal trainer. I killed it before this. Dude, I was a famous musician. I killed it before this. I was a salesperson. I killed it before. I mean, that's great. But if you think just because you have good soil, if it's not that you're going to be successful, you're missing a major point. Because now listen to me carefully, because this is a breakthrough. It's not just the quality of the soil, but it's the tenure of the soil, the length of that, of how the length of how long that soil has been conditioned. Because guys, understand something. It's not about what you build. It's about what you keep. I would not ask or brag. Okay, let me say this. I would not brag personally. I don't even tell people, like, when I meet them, like, dude, I'm a chairman 750. Like, I don't brag and say, oh, we're top 5 in network marketing, or, you know, top in the company. I don't do that. Now, something that I am proud of and something that I would communicate if it was the right timing in a conversation is that I've been in this company for 6 years and we've made consistent money, and our business has never had a destructive moment where we, you know, double, triple, quadruple rank decreased, right? I would take pride in that, because to me, what a result is not impressive. You hitting chairman 10 is not impressive. Now, congratulations. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. You hitting chairman 10, 25, 50, that is a badass accomplishment, but that's not impressive. You know what's impressive? You holding that rank. You maintaining that rank. You harvesting and manifesting the next rank while you're holding that rank. That's impressive. And understand that life will humble you. Life will humble you. Because if you overbear the amount of seeds you plant in soil that's not conditioned for success, long-term, sustainable soil, you have good soil with not enough nutrients to sustain that success long-term. That's why I always tell people, I want you to grow as fast as you can. I want you to build as fast as you can, but not sacrifice the details, not sacrifice the important things that need to be learned along the way. Never sacrifice quality for quantity, because I'd rather you put one brick on the wall every day than try to build the wall in a day. What wall would you feel safer standing behind? A wall that was built one brick at a time, concrete, locked, done right, or a wall that was thrown up in just one day? I mean, I'd rather stand behind the wall that was built with passion and detail and consistency, because that wall is going to last. See, that's important. When you rush things, whether it's a relationship, a decision, a launch, your results, you know, you rush your way into a trading account, you will blow that trading account. And check this out. Even if you start and you throw $500, $1,000, $5,000 in an account and you do duplicate it and create a result, that crash is going to be equal, if not greater, than the rise. So when you see this cryptocurrency craze, I want to remind you not just to chase the 10Xs. Don't just chase because you saw somebody else getting 100X on a coin, 50X on a coin. We're up a bag. That's cool. But when you're up a bag because you're only chasing a bag, that bag can also run as fast as it came. See, my cryptocurrency portfolio, and I'll use this as an example, is made up of very strong coins, right? A good chunk of my cryptocurrency portfolio is coins that are like Bitcoin, Solana, Ripple, Ethereum, right? Coins that I know I'm not going to turn around in a month and they're back at zero. And I had 1 million, but then it's back at zero, right? These are coins that might not grow as fast, or, might grow and then even out and go down a little bit. But I'm investing in projects like 90% of my portfolio, 90 to 95% of my portfolio is big market cap coins that have real utility, indexes like Metaverse Index or DeFi Pulse Index that index that entire sector, because obviously DeFi is not going away. Metaverses are not going away. So instead of trying to guess what coins to chase around, like, a dog chasing 15 squirrels, you won't catch anything. I said, you know what? Let's look for projects that are more like a blue chip stock. That may not be the pump, right? The crazy growth, but sustainable growth. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to win, but not win temporarily. Now, I use that as an example, but right now crypto is going crazy. And I want you guys to understand, look, if you want to take risks, if you want to get in low market cap projects and dump some money, cool. But make sure it's about 5 to 10% of the money you are willing to risk. Because if you actually lose, right? I dumped X amount of dollars in a very high risk project. 5 minutes later, somebody wiped out the whole thing. It went down to zero. I lost that $20,000 straight up. But guess what? It was a very small percentage of my total crypto investment. And I made it back the next day in something else because I was smart about it. And I understand that this is going to be a journey and we're going to go step by step to the top. There's no elevator. Now, I use crypto as an example because, again, it's something that's so relative right now. And you might be chasing the biggest NFT, the biggest project. You want to get that next, crypto punk, the next billionaire gambling ape. You might want to catch the next VV drop. And hey, I'm not throwing shade. I'm educating. Do it. But only with what you're willing to risk, and 5 to 10% of your portfolio. Invest in good projects. Same thing with building. Do not compare yourself to the 30-day chairman, the 90-day chairman, the 1-year chairman. Don't compare yourself to anybody. Because yes, it took Matt Rose and I 60 days inside of IM to go chairman. You want to know the truth? We were both over 2 years in network marketing, failing miserably. Then we came to IM and we had somewhat of a team. We had about 100 people when we launched, not 500. We get the point. It was 2 years of consistency, bricklaying, upgrading our soil, getting better crops, putting action in, because what I know is that what you do today is a seed. And that seed gets planted in good soil, it will harvest. Go to your front yard and go to the store first and get some seeds. Maybe you want to grow pumpkins, watermelon, cucumber, tomato. I don't know what you want to grow. Go to the store, get some seeds, look for good soil, plant those seeds, water them efficiently, and watch what happens in 90, 180, 365 days. Watch what happens. Something will grow. It might be a P150 plant, just a little. I don't know. Maybe you'll grow a whole crop. Maybe you'll become a farmer and quit IM. I don't know. Soon enough, we'll be farming on the metaverse, right? But understand what I'm saying. Something will grow. And what grows for Desiree, it might be faster than what grows for Mike Sotero, right? It might be slower than what grows for Mike Sotero, but it doesn't matter, because the worst thing you could ever do is play the game of comparison when you're building this business or trying to become a successful trader. The worst thing you can do, because this business moves in waves. We have waves of momentum, waves of excitement, and we also have waves of winter, right? Where the business really feels cold. Trading feels cold. Your crypto portfolio is red, your volume's red, your face is red, everything's red. We have seasons of winter. And I always laugh because honestly, we just came out of that season, right? Like, being fully transparent, I'd say August, September, October were rough. They were rough. If you looked in the back office, right? I just stopped looking in the back office because I knew what season we were in. So what did I do? I started Vietnam, their flag is red. There you go. Guys, what did I do? In those winter seasons, I focused on the basics, building the relationships, bringing in new people, right? Introducing new people to DCX, FRX, HFX, ECX, right? Introducing new people to IM Academy, launching new leaders. I didn't spend the winter hibernating. That's what people do. You're not a bear. Stop hibernating and running when things are not going your way. You cannot be successful if you only celebrate your wins. You got to celebrate your winters. You got to find the love in the winter that you have for the summer. Because if you don't love momentum the same way you love a lack of momentum, you will be an emotional train wreck every 3 months. You will be an emotional train wreck every 3 months. You know how many great leaders are like, I'm about to quit. I can't do this again. It's a business. There's very few businesses that go like this. Very few. We can look at the biggest businesses in the world, guys. In the world. In fact, let's do it. Let's look at some of the biggest businesses in the world. What do you see with Apple? See, watch. What do you see with Apple? To give you some perspective, right? Apple's a huge business, one of the biggest companies in the world. What do you see with Apple? See, if I were to just show you this chart right here, your perspective is, wow, watch, there we go. Your perspective is, wow. Apple's going down. That's your perspective. But in the long run, you really had a summer followed by a winter, followed by a summer, followed by a winter, followed by a summer, and another winter will come. But guess what? If you look at Apple from the beginning of the pandemic, March 2020, Apple went from $54 a share to $160 a share, triple the results, triple the value of one share. But you're sweating a small pullback. You're sweating a small pullback. I always remind myself of my first summer, right? Because sometimes we get lost in where we are as opposed to where we're going. See, right now, some people are like, oh my God, Bitcoin is down. But they forget that 8 weeks ago, Bitcoin hit 40K. We're at 58. Yeah, we're not in the 60s anymore. You have to go remind yourself of your last summer, because before 40, Bitcoin went back to 28. And I was still optimistic because In the beginning of the pandemic, Bitcoin hit $3,500. Some people were saying, oh, Bitcoin, man, I don't know. It crashed at 30K. Guys, less than 2 years ago, Bitcoin was $3,000 a coin. Don't get distracted by your winters because it's just one season. If you win 70% of the time, you are a world-class champion, trader, basketball player, networker, leader. So what if you're losing? It's temporary. Write this down, zoom out. Sometimes all we need to do is zoom out. Right? When you find yourself lost, when you find yourself discouraged, when you find yourself in a rut because you're not where you want to be, zoom out. Go to a bigger time frame. You know, Awal, I know in your business, you've had tons of up and downs. And as I pass this to you, I know that maybe 4 months ago, you know, if you were looking at the 5-minute chart of your business, you were not happy. But if you zoom out and you start looking at the weekly, man, you probably hit like a, you know, 3 point, like a 3 times, you know, what was I gonna, like a 3.786 or something retracement, like extension. Like your business went bananas, like a 3.618 extension. You know, your business was way, way, way up. Because I remember when you were excited, I remember when you hit P1000. And guess what, guys? People make a big deal out of it. Oh my God, that Chairman D rank, they're P5 again. What are you talking about? It's a business. Is that what you say when you walk into Walmart and go, oh my God, Walmart did like so much more sales in November than they did this month? Like, that's like stupid. It's childish. Matt and I went from Chairman 25 to Chairman 500 in about 1.5 years. We went back to Chairman 250, and 3 months later, we were Chairman 750. Do you think I care going back to Chairman 250? Do you think Walmart cares if they have a bad day or a bad week? No, they're still up. Stop looking at the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15-minute chart for your business. Plant good seeds in good soil. And the best is yet to come. So I'm going to pass this over to my brother, Jason Awal. Really excited to be sharing this call with him tonight. You know, Awal has become not only one of the most, I would say, professional and accountable. Accountable is a big one. People, not only in my life, but chairman in our organization, leaders in our organization. Like, I know I can count. I know I can count on Awal, right? There's a lot of people that I can count on, and a lot of them are on this call, but I know I can count on him. And it's because he understood the philosophy that I just shared with you guys. He understood that this was not a get rich quick, get rich overnight, but this was an opportunity to create a career in a profession. Network marketing is a profession. It's not a lottery ticket. And, you know, he's created a lot of success. He's also about to be an HFX educator. He'll be teaching on Nadex, which is a, US regulated broker that we're super excited about. And, you know, this is someone who you guys are definitely going to get value from. In fact, I wanted to speak first so I could properly edify him and make sure that he was given the respect on this call, because Awal started off as my creative director. And he still is my creative director to this day, but he was like a P600 at that point. And one day we were in Czech Republic, and he did a training, and I was blown away. I was like, wow, I have not heard you train in a long time, and I'm impressed. So keep sending invites out. It's not too late to invite people to this call, and it's not too late to get excited about what we're doing here, guys. The fourth quarter is now, right? You still have time to finish 2021 on fire, because what you do now is going to set up your trajectory, right? Your projected growth for next year, right? How you finish this year is going to project your results for next year. So now's not the time to get dormant. Now's not the time to hibernate. It's the time to grind. So Awal, take us away, my brother. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, family. Guys, let's go ahead and drop some number ones in the chat, some fire emojis in the chat, and just give it back for Jason Brown. My brother, you're one of my best friends and mentors. And I don't know if you know this, Jason, but this is actually the first call that we're hosting together outside of doing it for my organization. This is our second call ever in the history. And I was like, when you said in the chat, like I was low key fan, I'm like, you're a good friend, but low key, sometimes I still fanboy, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm about to run a call with Jay. And he's like, I want to run the call with Awal. And I was like, oh, this is going to be, it's Jay squared up in the chat, you know, right now. Like, let's go ahead and drop some fire emojis in here because I couldn't be more grateful. My life was in shambles in 2017, ladies and gentlemen. I began this journey very similar to a lot of people in here, and I was just lost in the sauce. I was in a situation and in a position in my life where I was chasing the wrong things. I was chasing fun, and I was a sheeple, right? I was a sheep amongst just like a lot of people are today in this world. And when I met Matt and Jason and I had the opportunity to create content for them, I really had no idea what I was doing, but something just told me that I needed to put myself in this environment. I needed to put myself in the environment to learn a little bit more about what they were doing. And then I have to say today, I am so grateful for the trials, for the tribulations, for the winters, for the summers, for the relationships, for the memories that I've built inside this business, because hands down, this has been one of the best experiences of my life. And I'm going to cherish these moments and the moments to come for the rest of my days. And a lot of that is due to what Jason and Matt have done for us and really paved the way here within I Am Mastery Academy. 1,000 chairman is absolutely done. And I'm feeling it right now. I'm excited. And I want to play off of what JB was talking about, because he was talking about the quality of the soil, right? And about the tenure of the soil, the length of that soil and how it's been conditioned. And it's not about what you build, it's about what you keep. And I was talking to some of my organization here in Orlando on Friday, and I just realized that if we're on this call right now and we're a part of this company right now, how blessed we are for the world to be turning into our favor. And I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying. In 2017, everyone that was not inside of crypto called it a bubble. And I watched Jason and Matt continue investing, although the naysayers, and I started buying crypto in 2018, although the naysayers and CNN and CNBC were saying this. And when I used to talk about Forex and trading, and there was naysayers, and where are all those naysayers now? And it's like, looking back at it, we were operating out of the unknown. We were operating out of, where we see innovation going. And I sat down on Friday and I looked and I just realized how uneducated the vast majority of people are, not about how to make money online. I want you guys to think bigger than that. This is so much bigger than that to me. I mean, it doesn't matter the winters and the summers, because I'm not fighting for some feeling of the summer. I'm fighting for the cause. And the winters and the summers are going to come, but the cause is what I'm fighting for. And the cause that we're standing behind here within this platform is the future. We're the Renaissance. We're in the Renaissance right now. We're in the Industrial Revolution right now. We're in a time where the games are changing every single day. There are new things being created, new ways to make money inside of this crypto space. And we are the revolutionaries fighting for this cause. We're literally like, you on this call right now is the dude on the horse riding in the Americas, yelling the British are coming, and everyone is like getting ready, and some of them don't realize it, and they're like, the British aren't coming, they're not going to do anything, right? And some of them are grabbing their pitchforks and they're ready to go for war. And I'm asking you on this call, are you really ready to go for war, not violently, but intelligently, to make this world a better place, to end corruption, to create free enterprise and equality for all people around this planet, to be able to give financial education into the hands of people that may not be able to afford a college tuition, but they can afford to get inside of our platform and to go to and free? Are you willing to fight for that? And if the answer is yes, I want you to pay very close attention, because there's going to be trials and tribulations along the way. There's going to be trials and suffering in life. Jason was speaking about the soil, and I felt moved by that. So I'm just going to play off of that. And I want you guys to know that none of us get through life or this business avoiding trials and tribulations. Though not for lack of us not trying, because we all want to avoid them, right? Nobody wants trials and tribulations, but they're inevitable. And the timing of these trials and tribulations aren't meant to hurt you. I really believe that the trials and tribulations I've experienced in my life, which have been plenty, and I'd love to get to know each and every one of you guys on a more personal level so we can share those with one another, but inside of this business as well. Because the main difference between the successful and the non-successful is how they handle their fear and how they handle their losses. And all these losses include the things that you might be grieving through right now, the ones that you're carrying around inside of you every single day. The losses include the disasters, the divisions, the distractions intruding on your business and onto your peace of mind. It includes all the circumstances that have left you feeling powerless, vulnerable, and unsteady. And the trials of our life I used them, and I've learned this through watching. I've studied Jason, I've studied Matt, I've studied Chris Derrick, I've studied Chris Terry, I've studied Alex Moore, and I've studied Cash Cartier. I've studied every one of the chairmen inside of this organization because I used to take their pictures. I would rewatch their videos over and over and over again. I still do. I've heard Jason Brown's presentations 10 times more than the person sitting in the chair because I was in the background editing the video, the tonality, the voice inflection, the words, the transition statements, the call to actions. And I've learned that the trials of our business are used as a catalyst for growth, and they are a test to see who's deserving and undeserving of what they really desire for the betterment of the gifts that we actually want. And I challenge you on this call, just like Jason Brown was doing, to reframe your trials and tribulations. Could it be possible that your current predicament that you're in right now is the process that is also used to transform the caterpillar into the butterfly, the bamboo root into the bamboo shoots? Could it be possible that your current circumstances, could it be possible that what you went through in the past is everything's a major setup for what it is that you want to achieve? You know, when Jason was talking about the soil, let me talk about the seed in the soil. The seed is deep inside of the dark, cold, moist soil, and the seed is not, it's alone. And when we're growing in a quiet and dark place, when I joined this business, none of my friends wanted to join it with me. I was in a quiet, dark place. I couldn't talk to anybody about what I wanted to see and what I wanted to do because they didn't get it. They wanted to go drink and they wanted to go smoke. They wanted to go party. And I wanted to learn. I wanted to be around people that were doing things better than I was doing because I wanted to be in that place of growth. So just like a seed sits in the dark and sits beneath the soil before it begins to sprout, I want you guys to realize that seedling could never understand the process of cultivation from its point of view, looking up in the dark soil. That seed thinks it's never going to see the daylight. That seed, its roots are growing in the opposite direction. Pay attention. The roots are growing in the opposite direction. The roots don't even grow up. So the seed is being planted. You're in the soil, you're planted and you're growing, but your roots are growing down when you want to go up. You want to rank up, but you're growing depth. Oh, hold on. Are you guys rocking with me? Drop some fire emojis if you understand what I'm saying right now. JB, I'm playing off the soil right now, dog. Check this out. So when we're growing in these environments, to put it simply, guys, the seed doesn't understand the seedling that it's becoming. It doesn't understand that even though the roots are growing down so it can gain the power to rise up. And similarly in this business, we have to build our skill sets. We have to grow depth in our experience, in our leadership before we can rank up. Everybody wants to rank up. Nobody wants to build down. Nobody wants to build depth. The seed doesn't understand that the plant that it's becoming. And then what happens is you build that depth, you go through that summer, right? Or you go through that winter, and then you sprout up, you rank up. And then what happens? What happens after the soil and the seed and it grows? Have you guys ever owned a plant before? It loses leaves. Leaves start to fall, Austin. The pruning process begins, right? The pruning process begins, and pruning and the leaves falling always happens after the harvest. I grew up here in Florida, and we had orange trees, and we would go pick the oranges off the orange tree and eat them right in the tree. I'd climb the orange trees and I would eat them, and there would be a whole bunch of oranges on the floor, and they were the ones that fell after the harvest. And we would go and we'd prune the branches, and pruning of the branches, pruning of the plant is a blessing because it is after the massive harvest. I want you guys to understand that pruning of your business, pruning of your trading account, pruning of your life is not punishment. It's the pathway to more growth. Most of the plants out there, if you don't prune them, they won't. Actually, when you prune a plant, it grows more. So although it may appear that certain things in your business and certain things that you've built have been taken from you, and wrongfully so, that people have left your business, the people that you were like this with, people that were telling you, I'm never going to leave, we're going to go chairman, we're going to impact the world, people that said, oh, I 10x my trading account, I'm going to take it to $1 million, and they get pruned a little bit and they just can't take it anymore. But what I will tell you is if you choose to dwell on the fruit that has already fallen and spoiled, then you miss out on the next harvest. You miss out on the next winter. There's been so many trials and inside of this business and certain things you're like, why is this happening, right? Like, why is it that this person's doing this and this person's that? And one thing I realized is, something only thing that I took with me from school was keep your eyes on your own paper, mind your business. Looking at what their organization is doing, look at how fast they're moving only disservices you to focus on what you need to do to get to where you want to go. And as a leader, as a network marketing professional, as a trader, I want you guys to realize that we got to treat this like a business and we got to keep stats on our business. We got to know what the harvest looked like and not just base it on our own emotions and intuitions and feelings, but actually treat this like a business. One of the best things that ever happened to my trading journey was a trading journal. If I didn't track what I was doing with my trades, if I wasn't tracking how I was entering and when I was entering, then I wouldn't be able to understand what my weaknesses are. And I wouldn't be able to go back and actually fix those weaknesses. And the same thing is probably true inside of your business. What did you do good? And what could you reflect on so you can do better? I was talking to my woman, my right hand, the person that I wouldn't be able to be here without, honestly, inside of this business. And she was asking me, she's like, are you nervous for the call? You're speaking with Jason Brown. And I was like, I don't really get nervous for a call, but I do have the feeling of I want to do my best. I do have the feeling of I want to do better than I did the last time, because looking at this from the inside out, a lot of us are scared to run our first presentation. A lot of us are scared. And you know why that fear? Because you fear the rejection, you fear the criticism. But when you realize it's bigger than you, and it's for the cause, then you wouldn't feel intimidated. You would allow that to empower you. Ladies and gentlemen, I wholeheartedly believe, like I could put my entire everything on it and 100% wholeheartedly bet everything on it that a part of this company, we are not a regular network marketing company. This is not normal. Regular network marketing companies take they go like this to the thing and then they drink it and then they're done. And the customer orders some more and they get fit or they get swole or they get safer or they get healthier. Or I want you guys to understand something. We are one of the only, and the other ones are they're knockoffs, but we're the only, I want you guys to focus on this. We're one of the only companies that has a product that cannot be consumed. It has to be consumed. In order for you to reap the reward of our product, you have to change who you are as a human being. You cannot just shake the shake and drink the juice and drink the Kool-Aid and that's it. You have to actually and genuinely grow as a human being to then be able to receive the education so you can apply the education. Because I know a lot of people on this call that can mark up support and resistance and trend lines, and your charts look just like Picasso's, but because your emotional intelligence doesn't look like Picasso's, your trading account doesn't look like Picasso's. Drop some fire emojis in the chat. Let's burn down this chat if you guys hear what I'm saying. There's so many things that we are gifting people, that people go 50, 60, 70 years. There are people on their deathbed that have never faced emotional intelligence. They've never faced communication skills. They've never went through the trials and tribulations to be able to rise up as a better version of themselves because they weren't a part of a community that challenged them to become better, to become great. And we're a part of that community. And not only are we a part of that community, We are leading. We are the largest online financial academy serving financial education to thousands of people. They can't get it at high school. They can't get it in college. They can't get it from their parents unless their parents come from a large amount of wealth and have taught them what to do and how to keep it and how to multiply it. But you can get it here. If this was $25,000, we'd have students. We might not have 200,000 students. We'd have students. But what would it be in the hands of the people that really need it? We have Portugal, we have Spain, we have Africa, we have South America, we have United States. We have people from all walks of life on this call, people from all walks of life inside of this company. And although we may not speak the same language, although we may not look the same, we're thinking the same. And because of that, we're a family. Identify yourself with the cause that you're leading, the revolutionary that you are, the rebel, really, that you are in this society is saying, you know what? I don't believe in the traditional system of money. I don't believe in inflation. I'm not going to participate in it. My bank account is broke. My cryptos are a different story. I am not following the system. We are creating a new system. And that system is being adopted every single day. NFTs, we have the metaverse, we have Facebook changing its name. We've been talking about this for years. We didn't know exactly how it was going to happen or when it was going to happen. We're not genies in a bottle, but these educators calling about it for years. Decentraland and Mana was talked about on Go Live when it was at 80 cents. It hit like $4 the other day. Do you guys realize? Because a lot of us are here and we cheer on and we go to March Madness and we go to SummerSlam and we go to these events, but are you consuming it? Are you receiving the blessings or are you just cheering everyone else on? The soil, the pruning, the planting, the darkness, the trials and tribulations, the growth. I love them all. I invite them all. The next obstacle that comes in my life, I smile in the face of opposition, knowing that it's there to get me to the next level that is required to get me to where it is that I want to go. Invite that next obstacle. Let it sit down with you at the dinner table and you look at it in the eyes and you say, I am going to dominate you and I'm going to be like the ant that keeps going. You cannot stop an ant and you cannot stop you. If there's an ant walking with its piece of food, you can smack the piece of food out of its mouth and the ant will go back and get it. You can put your hand in front of the ant. It'll try to climb over you or around you. It will keep going. You can crush that ant and kill it. And the ant behind it will come and pick up the food and take it to the mound. It will complete the journey every step of the time, every single time. But the obstacle comes in our way and it looks too big to climb over. My foot, you guys have seen me in person. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but my foot to an ant looks massive. That ant doesn't care. It keeps going. And one thing that I promised myself and I promised my mentors that have poured into me so much they've poured into me is I will never stop going. I will never stop climbing. I got my team name tattooed. I cannot leave. If I leave, I can look at this for the rest of my life and say, I'm the ant that gave up. And that's not my characteristic. That's not my ethics. That's not what I believe in. And I know that winners never quit and quitters never win. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope tonight you took some notes and you identified some of your obstacles and you said, you know what, maybe I've been cowering away. Maybe I didn't look at my obstacles and maybe I didn't even invite them. Maybe I asked them to go away and I was begging for my obstacles to leave as opposed to standing up in front of my obstacles and doing what I need to do to be able to grow to the person that overcomes them. And now is your time to put together a step-by-step game plan on what you're going to do. You might still have the same plan A, but it's okay to have 10 different ways to actually complete that plan A. Just because you do it a different way doesn't make it a plan B. It just means that you're innovative, you're creative, and you're an opportunist, and you're moving towards where you want to go. Take this information and run with it. Identify yourself in the cause that we're leading here. It's so much bigger than trading. It's so much bigger than making money. If you're here for the money, it's just crazy. Guys, money follows. Money doesn't lead. Money's elusive. You go looking for money, you go trade trying to make money, you go hit ranks just to make the money, you'll go back right where you are when you started. It's not about that. Focus on who you're becoming. Focus around who you're around. Focus on the quality of people that you're bringing in your business. All volume. Thank you for that, Jason Brown. All volume is not good volume. And if you were pruned, it was so the plant can grow further. Guys, this is I Am Next Chairman Mentorship next Sunday at 8 p.m. We are going to have an amazing lineup of speakers. The actual flyer will be dropped this week. We have amazing things coming. We have the P2K, boot camp coming up in January. We have March Madness in March that I'm already inviting to. Talk about it every day in your chats. Let's go and bring this company to $1 billion, 1,000 chairman. We're at 500 chairman. Who's going to be a part of the first 1,000 chairman? And it's the people that identify themselves with the cause, that climb over the obstacles in the face of opposition, and that keep going no matter what. It's been a pleasure rocking with you guys. I hope you enjoyed tonight's call, and go and apply it. Don't be just the cheerleader, be the receiver, be the bearer of the gifts so you can pass it on and forward. I appreciate you guys. I'll be debuting on Go Live on the 29th alongside Joey Pimentel and Rico. We're going to be crushing it with HFX, Nadex, fully regulated broker. We're talking about literally depositing. You're able to deposit with a debit card. You're able to withdraw straight to your bank account. There's no turnovers. There's hundreds of % return on payouts. I mean, we got the holy grail, and we're about to turn this thing up to another level. Shout out to all the HFX squad, DCX squad, FRX squad, ECX. We're one team, one dream, one family. Let's run it up, family. Have a great night. Peace and love. I'll see you guys at the next one.